Hi all, this is Antti and I'm going to show you the new custom seed option for the Game of Life 3D simulation. So if we go to the simulation here and select rules, now we can see here the option build seed, and if I press this we can see one layer of the simulation, and now it's the middle one. This says here is 6 out of 12. So for example, if I put these 4 cells here in the middle of the simulation, we can see that when the simulation starts, it starts from this kind of position I just built. If I press spawn, it always starts from this custom seed I just made. So now we can experiment easily with different rules and seeds what kind of patterns will emerge. And for example, this is already quite simple thing in the beginning, but now it's far away from simple. This is something completely weird what's going on. And we can try different simulation geometries to see different representations of the same simulation, how it looks like. And now we can easily try, for example, now we tried with only 4 neighbor cells to get born. So maybe we also put now 8, 12 and 16. So these are multiplications of 4. And if we press spawn, we can see how the simulation differs from the one we previously tested. Now at least in the center there will be more cells since they don't die when the simulation goes forward. This is still quite geometrical and nice looking, and in the middle it separated, the 2 nests of cells separated themselves from each other. And now this is quite nice and geometrical simulation with this kind of settings. And we can try of course with something else. So let's change the seed so that there is also, let's say, this kind of patterns here around the center. And if we press spawn, we can see how the simulation goes with this. And this is also quite nice looking. It's very... now it kind of resetted. It had 2 of these islands of 4. And this is quite interesting now. In the earlier phases of the application, you couldn't make these custom seeds and you were quite hoping for some kind of special pattern to emerge, and then you could see what happens after then. But now you can really, there's no limit to what you can do. Especially if you are a little bit wiser guy than me, you could try to build custom seeds where the seeds intersect between the layers nicely so that you can get some kind of pattern going on. I don't know if my creativity is even closely enough to get something going on in here, but I will try. Now here there's the... Let's try this. This is some kind of thing at least. And let's say that in the corner there is also this. I like to start with the 4 neighbors mode so I can easily see it's quite predictable. Or I say predictable, but I can of course predict nothing what happens next, but predictable in a way that I know what usually happens. I know something what would usually happen, but now this is already quite different from the one before. And I would think also it's quite hard to get usually working with, if I only have, for example, 8 neighbors and above. It's quite hard to get it going, but if you're smart enough, you should be able to make a seed which progresses so that it will first have, let's say, 8 neighbors, then 12, and so on. And I think this is now very interesting. I haven't really tested so much yet, but it's very nice to see how different kinds of patterns go on in the simulation. Let's try this kind of quite symmetrical thing. I probably want these things to be over here. So now it's quite symmetrical, and let's see what happens now. Yeah, it kind of resets, but not quite. And now it's like a 2. Oh, that's nice. I don't know what I did there, but that's very, very nice looking simulation. If we reset, we can also see. Ah, and it also transposes, so I could have of course built a phase which only emerged later on to see what happens. I really want to see this also in this if I spawn from the beginning. Ah, it's completely different. It's in the side and now it gets... That's pretty nice. But yeah, this is the new feature, custom seed. And I will put the download links in the description. This is available for Android, iOS and Windows, so you should be able to get the simulation for your device, whatever it is. Have fun testing this new feature out, and if you have some comments, just post them below and I will try to answer them as fast as I see them. So this is all for now, and bye.